Claudio the Red Bull Squeo.
Obviously, we're just waiting for the Ramirez fight, aren't we?
But an unbeaten fighter.
He's not fighting massive names, though, which worries me a little bit.
Well, I think the massive names are him and Ramirez,
Yeah.
really. So.
Yeah, it's not the opponent we wanted. We just love seeing Opetaia out.
Well, I think he's just fighting people in the list.
Round 3 knockout for Opetaia.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're looking at the upcoming fight between Jai Opetaia and Claudio Squeo at cruiserweight, taking place on June the 8th, 2025, at the Gold Coast Convention Centre in Broadbeach, Australia. But this is for the IBF Cruiserweight and the Ring Cruiserweight Championship. Let's start with a tail of the tape. So Jai Opetaia has 27 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 27 fights in total. 21 wins by KO. He's age 29. He's 6'2", which is 188 centimeters. And he's got a 76-inch reach, 193 centimeters. It's cruiserweight, so it's usually 200-pound limit and 90.7 kilos. And he fights out of a southpaw stance. Claudio Squeo has 17 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 17 fights in total, 9 wins by KO. He's age 34. He's 5'10", which is 178 centimeters tall. And he fights out of an orthodox stance. He's an Italian fighter and against the Australian fighter from the Gold Coast. I do have to give Claudio the Red Bull Squeo. Not a bad nickname. I think more because I think he's got the red or ginger hair. But an unbeaten fighter that, to be honest, I'd never heard of before. So I don't want to be unkind. Opetaia defending his title. Keeping busy. So without being disrespectful, I think, to Squeo, I think biding his time, keeping busy till he gets his unification fight.
Is this a mandatory?
Squeo, I'm not sure where, but he's gone through a fair bit of them, hasn't he? So,
yeah.
Let me just bring up the rankings. Go on. Give your thoughts while I bring it up.
I mean, yeah, when I first heard the fight, I was like, who? Obviously, we're just waiting for the Ramirez fight, aren't we? That is what everyone wants to see in the cruiserweight division. Ramirez does have a mandatory 20 days after Opetaia fights. I think it could be lining up for them to be on the undercard of Canelo Crawford in September, Ramirez and Opetaia, if they both come through, which you both hope they do, because that's the cruiserweight fight that really excites me, Ramirez, Opetaia. Opetaia is... He has been keeping busy, you know. He's not fighting massive names, though, which worries me a little bit.
Well, I think the massive names are him and Ramirez, really. So
there
was Willem Smith, but obviously he's had it. That's how Ramirez has got his belt.
And, you know, you don't want to...
And then the only funky one is the WBC.
I mean,
because we don't really know what's going on there. But
I get you don't want to risk...
Well, I think he's just fighting people in the list. It's like you said, because Squeo is like 14th on the IBF.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the others, he's already probably gone through. So, you know, there's nobody there. That's the fight you can make. Because, you know, Nika, he fought David Nika, who he fought before that. He's 13th on the list. So Squeo's the next. And then I think he's had fights against others, isn't it? So there's not really anybody on the IBF side of his mandatory side you can come. And then a lot of the others aren't really letting, because WBC seems to be keeping theirs in their own pocket.
Yeah, and I think the problem with the IBF is
the WBA, and he's fighting.
Yeah, you know,
Ramirez defending against him.
Opetaia did lose his IBF belt because of not defending it, so I don't think he wants to go through that again. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they picked away, whether it's been forced upon them or just handpicked. Who knows? I don't know. Not going to speculate. Yeah, it's not the opponent we wanted, but we just love seeing Opetaia out.
Well, to be honest, I think he's one of those we don't really care. It's worth seeing him anyway.
We know we want the Ramirez fight.
Yeah, I think that's the fight in the division.
Ramirez, I think, has said, that fight will happen after his mandatory. Let's hope so.
I think he's got a tougher mandatory.
It's what we want. It's what boxing wants. It's what the boxing world wants. I think I know it's what Opetaia wants. Does Ramirez want it? Yeah, I think he does.
Well, I think they both come out and said it, to be fair to them. Let them get through their couple of fights without, because obviously you don't never overlook at your opponent and then come round to it, isn't it?
Opetaia won't overlook Squeo.
No, he's always professional. It's an unbeaten fight. You've got to be careful, isn't it? So, and experienced age-wise and, it's a fight.
I don't think he's ever fought outside of Italy, though, has he?
Nope. And from Italy to the Gold Coast in Australia, a little bit of a difference in time and everything else.
I mean, he might... So the problem is, if he goes out there and sparks him in a round, I think he's going to get some stick, Opetaia.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, his last couple of opponents haven't been what people would regard as world class, and that's, like I say, and I'm the biggest Opetaia fan there is. And I've just gone on about we want the Ramirez fight, but there are a lot better fighters out there than who he's been fighting.
I think a lot of the fights have been dangerous because Nika was unbeaten, although inexperienced.
Exactly.
Massey was a fairly big, good name coming up, although whether he's world class is the thing with Nika, but they fight potentially world class opponents. Obviously, Briedis he fought to get his belt back. Yeah, we know Marius Briedis is
world class.
World class. He was the champion and stuff. Ellis Zorro, but again, he was unbeaten at the time, although he knocked him out in a round, so not much.
And then
he's had Marius Briedis before. So I think it's not him. I think it's more what's there, but he's not one of those where he just sat on the sidelines for a year. He does try to keep busy.
No, we will keep busy, and he is a firm believer that...
He tries to get in at least 2 fights a year, and he's done... And this is his 2 year.
He believes the money will come when he gets the bigger fights. Unfortunately, he's in a division where...
He's one of the big boys. There's only one or two. The other big boys have left or they retired. Like
he wanted the Billum Smith fight. He did want that.
Yeah.
But Billum Smith got Ramirez. I think it was for more money. I think,
Golden Boy put more up, isn't it, on their side?
I think Opetaia even was fighting him for peanuts.
Yeah.
Because Opetaia, and he always does say it, he's not really interested in the money.
Yeah,
and I genuinely believe him.
Yeah.
Felt one of the only fighters I do believe that say that. He just wants to be known as the best.
Well, you sort of look at him and you think he just wants to fight.
I mean, the man scares me to death.
Yeah. He's that apex predator stuff.
Yeah, I hope when I go boxing matches, if I'm sitting ringside, I just don't want him sitting near me. That man scares me.
Well, he's probably nice outside the ring. Usually they switch, isn't it? Those type of people.
Mate, he'll look at me and
just don't have a different opinion. You'll be okay.
Mate, he'd like a Rottweiler. He'll look at you and I'm just going to roll over and piss in the air. That'll just show him my submissive nature. And no, I'm glad he is fighting. Yeah, I would have liked a better opponent. But we
an unbeaten fighter. We've had some shocks. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to see past Opetaia, isn't it? And this is the zone streaming fight, so it's him keeping busy going. But it is another unbeaten fighter, and like with that, you never know because if they step up and they do the thing,
like you say, the IBF might have ordered it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. But I'm glad. I just like watching Opetaia.
Mm-hmm.
He's fantastic, and I tell you, I think if he wins this fight, I think he will he'll really be vocal about calling out Ramirez.
Well, I think that's what they're going to do. There's either a fight in between or there, depending on where they get to. But I think they do want to do it at some point this year. And like you said, there's a load of big fights coming up. Even that, well, it could be the headline by itself, or there'll be the, co-main event on one of these big fights coming up. Big, huge events. So, yeah, go on then. I think it's sort of...
Round 3 knockout for Opetaia.
You've just been on round 3 all the way through.
I just fancy it.
Okay, I'm going to say, obviously, Opetaia, knockout. Should I give Squeo a bit more credit? I'm going to give him round 4. The odds, which I thought we'll do after because it's interesting. Right, the Box Live ones, 100% for Opetaia, 100% by KO. Okay, betting odds. Now you ready for this one? 1 to 100 minus 10,000 to win, and it's 16 to 1 plus 1,600 on Squeo. That's worth putting a bit of money on. You're gonna lose it, but it's worth putting on because if you get a shock, that's fantastic odds.
16 to 1.
Yeah, minus 100, minus 10,000, 1 to 100 for Opetaia. I think that's the widest we've ever seen a fight on this. So there's obviously quite a lot of people who don't know who Claudio Squeo is. So Claudio Squeo fans, please let us know. Do you think it really is that wide in the comments, or is that about right from what the predictions are here? I think most just know who Opetaia is on that looks like, and 100%. I don't think we've had 100% KO win percentage for anybody either in a prediction, in odds, no predictions. So the Red Bull is going to get taken out fairly quickly, I think. I'm going to drink up fairly quickly.
Let's see.
We will find out. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, press the notification bell so you know when our videos are coming up, and let us know. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what you think about Jai Opetaia. Is he just keeping busy? Do you mind that? Do you like that? Or do you think he should be, or who should he be fighting? Obviously there's, Ramirez, but that's hopefully coming up. And then Claudio Squeo fans, if you know something about him, it'd be nice to get some more info. Put that in the comments. And what do you think the chances are? Do you think it's as wide as what we've said? What's been on the predictions and the odds? Or do you think he's got more of a chance? Is there an upset in the midst here? So, yeah, let us know. And we shall see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Take care.